Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk Ghost Story. Welcome back to California Spirits, where every beautiful view has a darker story lurking beneath it. Tonight, let's visit the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. For over a century, it's been a place of summer fun roller coasters, cotton candy, ocean views. But if you listen carefully beneath the screams of the rides and the crash of the waves, you might hear whispers of something else. Tonight, we're telling the ghost stories of the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk opened in 1907, a testament to the early California dream: sunshine, surf, a place to escape. But over the decades, it's gathered more than just crowds. It's collected stories. Stories of tragedy, stories of the restless dead. Let's start with one of the oldest rides on the boardwalk, the Looff Carousel. Built in 1911, this hand-carved masterpiece has delighted generations. But even its gleaming mirrors and brightly painted horses can't hide the rumors. Maintenance workers late at night have heard the carousel start on its own. Music wheezing from the calliope even though it was switched off, mirrors reflecting figures who aren't there. A man in old-fashioned clothes watching silently before fading away. Some believe this ghost is Charles I.D. Looff himself, the master carver who built the carousel. Is he still watching over his creation, unwilling to let it go? Or is there something darker in the shadows of the roundhouse? Now let's ride the Giant Dipper. Opened in 1924, this historic wooden roller coaster is the crown jewel of the boardwalk. But it's also home to one of its darkest legends. During construction, it's said a worker fell from the structure and died. They say his spirit still roams the maintenance tunnels beneath the track. Employees doing late-night inspections have reported footsteps behind them in empty halls, tools disappearing and reappearing in odd places, a sudden drop in temperature on hot summer nights. One worker claimed he felt a hand on his shoulder, turned around, and found no one there. He quit the next day. Years ago, the boardwalk was famous for its classic funhouse. Spinning barrels, moving floors, distorted mirrors. It was meant to be playful, but it had its own share of accidents. Old-timers tell of a child who fell from a moving platform and died. Ever since, people claim to hear the echo of a child's laughter in the empty building long after closing time. Security guards on night patrol say they've heard the giggling, only to find the room empty. Others see small footprints in the dust that lead nowhere. But the boardwalk isn't just rides and games. It hugs the shoreline of Monterey Bay, a place with its own history of tragedy. Storms here are deadly. Over the years, swimmers have drowned in the rip currents, fishermen lost to rogue waves. Some say their spirits still wander the boardwalk at night, drawn by the lights, unable to let go of the living world. Late-night visitors have reported seeing soaking wet figures walking the sand. They leave no footprints behind and vanish if you call out to them. Beneath the boardwalk is a labyrinth of old service tunnels, damp, dark, echoing with the drip of seawater. Few visitors know they're even there, but staff do. Maintenance crews have heard voices in those tunnels, low, whispering conversations that stop when they shine their flashlights. One worker claimed to see a man in 1920s clothes walking ahead of him, only to turn a corner and disappear into solid concrete. Some say these tunnels connect to the spirit world itself, that the constant motion of the ocean, the electricity of the rides, and the boardwalk's history combine to make a perfect haunt. The boardwalk also survived several devastating fires. One of the worst was in 1906, before the boardwalk, as we know, it was even finished. The original Neptune Casino burned to the ground. Workers scrambled to escape the flames. Some say not everyone made it out, and even after rebuilding, strange things happened. Disembodied voices calling for help. The smell of smoke on windless nights. Modern employees sometimes smell burning wood in sealed storage rooms with no fires anywhere nearby. Ask any longtime worker at the boardwalk. Most will smile and brush off the ghost stories. But some will tell you, eyes serious, that they don't like closing alone, that the boardwalk changes after dark. They'll tell you about unseen hands tugging at their uniforms, doors that slam and lock on their own, cold gusts that sweep through on still nights. They'll say the boardwalk is alive, that it remembers, and that some guests never leave. Next time you visit Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, enjoy the rides. Eat the cotton candy, take in the view of the glittering bay. But when the sun goes down and the crowds thin, look around. Listen carefully, because the boardwalk is over 100 years old, and it has more stories than it will ever tell. Thank you for joining me tonight on California Spirits by Kara. If you enjoyed this ghost story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a journey into California's haunted history. Have you ever visited the boardwalk? Have your own ghost story to share? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Until next time, sleep well if you can,